Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. Come on in and have a seat. Yes, I told her. Did she get a good one or no? You got a good one? All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 2021 State of the Town. We would like to start off with a moment of silence. Please help me welcome Mayor Manny Sid.
Thank you, Christina. We recently lost a member of our community, Guido Nguanzo, and although he didn't live in Miami Lakes, nor did he work for our town, his presence was felt in these halls every single day. Be it from our staff calling him over there in Pinecrest saying, hey, Guido, we need some help with our ADA compliance. Guido, we need help, some guidance on elections. And more importantly, someone who we love, Gina Nguanzo, our town clerk, that was not only her brother-in-law, but her mentor. So we wanted to take a moment of silence in Guido's memory and pray for the entire Nguanzo family. So let's take that moment of silence. Thank you, and please keep the Nguanzo family in your prayers.
Next up, we're going to have the invocation by Miss Marta Gonzalez. And just a little background, somebody told me a story. Back in 2013, before we actually celebrated the National Day of Prayer, yes, she's like, it's coming back to me now. Mayor Sid actually saw Martha outside with no one else. She was outside. She was down there in deep prayer for hours. So Mayor Sid went up to her and was like, Martha, I waited till you were done praying, but what's going on? And she told him how she was praying for our town. She is praying for our police, praying for our employees. And ever since then, we have the National Day of Prayer. So thank you, Martha, for starting that off. And
thank you all for gathering with us tonight and for the opportunity to be able to acknowledge our growing community. So let's bow our head and pray. Dear Heavenly Father, we come together to praise and honor your love over our lives and our community. As we are growing and driving innovative changes for sustainability, you are our guide. Tonight is an opportunity to uplift the mayor, the council, businesses, vendors, employees, and volunteers who have worked diligently to continue to keep our city growing beautiful. We seek God's wisdom, strength, and protection over our collective community as we continue to find solutions that foster inclusivity, diversity, and sustainability. And all this we pray in the mighty name of Jesus. Amen.
next, the presentation of colors. Honor Guard, please present the colors. And now the Pledge of Allegiance, led by Councilman Rodriguez.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And now the National Anthem by saxophonist Jonathan Lopez from Madder Lakes Academy. Honor guards, please post the colors.
Honor guard! Order! Who? Honor guard, right! Peace! Honor guard, mark time! Who? Left. Go left. Honor guard, forward! Who? Left. Go left. Go left. Go left. Go left. Right. Honor guard, who? Right. Peace. Honor guard, ready? Post. Freeze, set, post. Order, post. Left, peace. Honor guard, mark time. Post. Go left. Go left. Forward. Post. Left. Go left. Go left. Go left. Go left. Right. Go left. Go left. Go left. Go left. Go left. Right.
Let's give it up one more time for Jonathan Lopez and the Honor Guard. All right, next up, please be seated. For the 2021 State of the Town Address, please help me welcome Mayor Manny Sid.
Thank you, Christina, and welcome to everybody who's here and everybody that's watching at home. I know we've made government so accessible that you can watch this from anywhere in the world, which is really, really cool. Good evening. We are here, gathered together again in the spirit of gratitude to celebrate our continued efforts to keep our community growing beautifully. It is my esteemed pleasure to stand before you all tonight, especially in person. I believe I speak for us all when I say the past 18 months have proven extraordinarily difficult. Our lives have changed in an instant, and all of us were forced to tread uncharted domain. Many who started the journey with us, unfortunately, are no longer here. We honor those who were lost during the pandemic by moving forward. By moving forward, we are reminded that the hope we have inside of us illuminates our path for a better today and even a better tomorrow. A hope so strong that it motivates us, fuels us, drives us to strengthen our future. When we, the people, graciously voted for all the elected officials that are here today, be it on the council or on the county commission, we made a promise to leave Miami Lakes better than we found it. And I am glad to report that the promise has and continues to be kept as the state of our town is stronger than ever. And that is why I'm extremely grateful for the team that I get to work with every single day. With their never-ending support, we've managed to accomplish amazing things. So at this time, I ask that you all join me in a round of applause for our entire team, our council, our staff, and all of our volunteers. A shift in culture has occurred on our dais. We recently conducted the sale of $15.5 million in stormwater revenue bonds to fund needed capital improvements to mitigate flooding in our community. We issued 14 design work orders to engineering consultants to begin implementation of the projects under the stormwater bond. Leadership matters. Leadership mattered so much on this issue that I must take a moment to recognize 4 of my colleagues: Councilwoman Ruano, Councilman Rodriguez, Councilman Alvarez, and Councilman Fernandez. Because of them and their willingness to move this issue forward is why our town will mitigate flooding for our residents forever. At the last minute, this is interesting, with the county, we understand the CARES Act dollars that the federal government sent down. The county held on to those dollars for a very, very long time. It's now no fault of our commissioner. He was not there, so just so you all know. But the county held on to those dollars for an extreme amount of time. At the last second, and just because the clock was ticking, they knew they had a deadline of December, they sent the town $550,000. Our staff, with the council, we told our staff, hey, we want to help our small businesses. We want to help 100 small businesses here in our community. You got 3 weeks. You have to find out the process, figure it out, cut those checks, make sure that people qualified. And in 2 weeks, our staff turned that around and put money in people's hands. And we showed people that it was possible, and Miami Lakes was once again leading. On public safety, during this fiscal year, our police department is the first department in South Florida to do with HOAs, to do an agreement, a partnership with an entire community, with Royal Oaks, to install license plate readers. Might sound scary, but the reality is that our license plates are public record. You can get them anywhere. If you have a smartphone, you give out more information to other countries than our LPRs obtained by themselves. But that not only has lowered crime in Royal Oaks, but it has already led to the recovery of 2 vehicles. So I really have to give kudos to our major, our lieutenant, our detectives, our entire police department, because those partnerships would not be possible without that outside-of-the-box thinking. And for the first time in 21 years, the redevelopment of the oldest park in our community is finally moving forward. But the most important part of that moving forward is to ensure that future generations are taken care of. So if we're going to invest, just say $18 million, we want to ensure that we get the best deal possible. Well, I can report today that we've secured a 60-year deal. And what that does is why it's so important. 10 years doesn't work, 20 years doesn't work, 30, 40 years doesn't work. But why is 60 years so important? Because it takes this agreement past the lifespan of any improvement that we build on there. 60 years from now, I'll be 98 years old. Hopefully those councils then will be discussing fixing the park, in that future. But that's why moving this park forward is so important for our community, so important for our youth. And now we know that we are protected for a 60-year period beyond the usefulness of those improvements. And if you see behind us, we have 20 years of Growing Beautifully. We branded our community with Growing Beautifully. And the entire culmination of the progress that our town has made is due in part because of the maturity that our community has seen. If you remember the town councils way back when, they would meet at the middle school, Miami Lakes Middle. Then they progressed. They were meeting at one of our parks. Then they progressed, and now we're here in a beautiful facility where we're moving the ball forward every single day, be it on the LPRs, be it on bond projects, be it on fixing our roads, whatever it may be. But that is a perfect example. That maturity, the same maturity that we go through as adults, is the same maturity that our community has seen in the past several years. And that's why it's so important to have that seal behind us, because it's a reminder of us moving forward as a community. And all of these accomplishments were able to be done because we took our promise serious. That future generations will be left to inherit the town in whatever condition we leave it. Therefore, it is our job, both officials and residents, and that's a very important take. It's not only the folks that you elect, but it's also the participation of our residents to keep Miami Lakes growing beautifully so that future generations, our children, and our grandchildren can have a home worth inheriting. May God continue to bless our community as we move forward into 2022 and beyond. Thank you.
Next.
So every year, something that's very sacred to me, right? Two things, right? When you give a proclamation or you give a key to your city, it's incredibly sacred. You never see here in the town of Miami Lakes us hand those keys to celebrities or random folks, because it means something. If you get the key to the city, that means that you gave something to your community, you improved your community, and somebody that we wanted to recognize this year was somebody that's been doing that for decades here in the town of Miami Lakes, who represented our community in Tallahassee in the Florida House of Representatives, who represented our community in the Florida Senate for a very, very long time, and who's now representing us on the county level. And when he was in the state legislature, I can tell you, because I was up there not only as an aide with him, but I saw him also when I became an elected official. Every single time we'd go to his office and we talked about an appropriation, we talked about working together, he was always there. And now on the county commission level, we're seeing that impact today. When we talk about 59th Avenue, opening up that corridor into Costco and to Miami Lakes Auto Mall, he's one of the folks behind the scenes pushing that hard. So with no further ado, I think it's been long overdue that we recognize this individual. I want to bring up Senator Commissioner Rene Garcia.
Wow, thank you, Mayor, and to the residents of Miami Lakes, Mr. Manager, and to the council members. It really is a distinct honor. I was just telling him, I think this is the first key I've ever gotten in my life. So I've given out a lot of keys, but I've never really received a key. But before I say a couple of remarks, I was going to make a joke about the honor guard. Wonder if they make left, right, if they keep it on tack, when they come in, left, right. But the reality is that they do. But to see them stand in front of that flag and honor the United States flag, we talk about the hard year that we've had, and to see what that flag represents and recognizes and represents for all of us, it's that hope, especially at such hard times that we've gone through such difficult times, and to be here together with all of you and understanding that flag represents the beacon of hope, not only for us, but for the rest of the world, and we must always honor that. And I want to thank those men that really bring in that flag, and especially our men and women in blue in uniform, both that serve overseas, that serve here, and our police officers right here. Thank you, gentlemen, for the work that you do every single day for all of us. And it is, I'll tell you, I was sitting here and to see the fact that I was sitting right there, and to see them, the incorporation date of 2000, I really have been representing Miami Lakes in one way or another for 20 years. and it really has been, it's been an incredible ride. You know, I am a Hialeah boy through and through. I was born in Hialeah, in East Hialeah, and I'm very proud of my roots of Hialeah. I'll never deny that. But the reality is that when we look at Hialeah and Miami Lakes and we look at Northwest Dade, this is one community. It's one community of people, shared values, family values, experiences, and it's something that really has been an honor for my whole entire life to represent this constituency. It's a constituency that's made up of people who work hard, who came here looking for that ideal of freedom, and it's really something that humbles me every single day. And when I got to the county commission, I wonder if I got this key because I said, when is Miami Lakes going to stop? You know, because the reality is that you have an incredible city council here. You have an incredible city council here that's continuously working and fighting and making sure that Miami Lakes is represented not only in Tallahassee, but represented at the county commission. You know, it's, even though you have an incorporated city here, you guys, the work that you all have been doing, it's, you know, for the elders, for the kids, for our parks, for our streets, for our neighborhoods, for beautification. That doesn't matter how small, how big the project is, it's nonstop, it's relentless. You all should be very proud of the people that you have representing you here in Miami Lakes. And for that, I look at all the folks that are here and the committees that are out there, from the Elder Affairs Committee to all the other committees, right? Thank you for the work that you do, because you guys give of yourself selflessly. You volunteer for these boards, and you give of yourself giving back to our community. So thank you so much for this distinct honor. It really has been an honor serving Miami Lakes, and I will continue to do that now and wherever I go, because this is home. This is home. So God bless you all, and thank you, Mayor, and thank you, City Council members and Mr. Manager, and to the residents of Miami Lakes. God bless you all.
Give it up one more time for Commissioner Renee Garcia. At this time, we would like to notice the other elected officials that are here with us this evening. Please give it up for Ms. Sylvia Castellanos from Governor DeSantis' office. Annette Hernandez from Congressman Diaz-Balart's office. Maria Jose Bozo from Representative Tom Fabricio's office. And now on to thanking our sponsors. This event would not be possible with our sponsors, so a special thanks goes to Jetstream Federal Credit Union for being our title sponsor for 5 years straight. Make a little more noise for 5 years, come on. They are represented by Jeanne Cusey, President and CCO, Michael Borman, VP and CLO, Tabitha Kurgensky, Director of Marketing, and Beata Besen, Account Manager. Please come forward for a quick picture. A few words?
Sure. It is our pleasure to sponsor the event tonight and to show our support to our town of Miami Lakes and also the culinary arts students. I think they did a fantastic job with the food and beverages tonight. Since our founding in 1948, Jetstream has always been a committed community partner, and we're there for our community and our members in the good times and the challenging times. throughout the pandemic, we've done everything we could to help our members, and we made the decision to put people over profits. And we talked to our board about not making money, and they supported that decision. And last year, we waived over $500,000 in fees to help our members. When our members called to talk about being out of work or other financial challenges, we automatically waived their loan payments for up to 6 months. We also enacted a COVID emergency loan that was a no credit check loan that provided our members with instant funds. And I could go on, but you know, I hope when you are making your financial decisions, you think of Jetstream. We're able to take care of you because we're nonprofit. We don't report to stockholders. When you join Jetstream, you are also you're a member and an owner. So please keep us in mind, and I'd like to, Michael, he is our new senior manager. He's been in Miami Lakes for over a year now, and he is our vice president of lending.
All right, well, good evening, everybody. Jeannie, my name's Michael Borman. I'm the Chief Lending Officer for Jetstream. I just celebrated a year with the organization on October 13th. And I actually grew up down here, not in Miami-Dade, but up in Broward. And I'm a graduate of Cooper City High School. So when I graduated, I moved away, went to college, and then started my career. But I always wanted to get back. And I've been back for a year, and it's been a great marriage with Jetstream. Love the credit union space after working in the banking industry for several years. And we really take pride on helping our members succeed financially. So if you're not a member, we would love for you to become a member. You can check out our website. We offer a full array of products from first mortgage refinances and purchases to credit cards to personal loans. We also have a great auto refinance program that we introduced about 9 months ago. It's called a swap and drop, and if you're a member, you come in, if you have your auto refinance with a competitor, we can reduce your rate by up to 2% with a floor rate of 1.99. So if you have a vehicle financed today at 4%, you could refinance that with Jetstream as low as 2%. And there's also a $100 bonus for bringing your business over to Jetstream. So thank you. Appreciate you guys inviting us tonight. Have a wonderful rest of your evening.
Awesome job. Let's give it up one more time for Jetstream. Don't go too far, Michael. Meet me in the back by the spritzers. I want to talk about my vehicle. That's awesome. We're definitely going to see you about that. And next up, we'd like to thank the Miami Lakes Educational Center. The Miami Lakes Educational Center. I was right. Hello. Culinary program led by Chef Nunez, Katrina Cordova, and the culinary students. Would you like to say a few words?
Hi, good evening to everyone. As she mentioned, my name is Katrina Cordova, and I am beyond grateful for having the opportunity to serve our community. Mayor Sid, members of the council, volunteer staff member, and community members, it is so great to be involved and see your faces and have our students representing what the heart of our town is. We are the leading magnet school in the entire country, and many people don't know that. And we are just located east of this center. And so it is our deepest wish to continue to partner with you and to have you reach out to us to serve not only your students, but our community in any capacity possible. I want to thank Chef Nunez for organizing his students. I know this is a great opportunity for them. They are professionals in the making. Our students are entirely college and career ready, and all of our students, like I said, we have a 100% graduation rate. And with that being said, our students are representing us and our town around the entire country and in the world. So again, thank you to our students. Thank you to all of us. On behalf of Mr. Fernandez, our principal, I wish you a very good night, and we hope to see you again at future events. Thank you.
I would like to add, we also would like to thank Jetstream Financial for for making this possible, because they sponsored this event tonight for the Culinary Arts program.
Thank you. Good evening.
Oh, no, I'll come back.
Big group.
How do you know I'm smiling?
Just squint your eyes.
No.
Squint your eyes.
Thank you.
I love this.
Let's hear it one more time for our sponsors, Jetstream Federal Credit Union and Miami Lakes Educational Center Culinary Program. All right, and on to our 2021 honorees. First up, we have the proclamation for Officer Juan Rodriguez Day. Officer Juan Rodriguez, please make your way to the front. Proclamation, Town of Miami Lakes. Whereas Officer Juan Rodriguez has served the Miami-Dade Police Department for the last 25 years. Give it up for 25 years. He has been one of the original Town of Miami Lakes officers, serving the town as the community service officer since November 2001. And whereas he has attended numerous homeowners association meetings, assisted those interested with establishing citizen crime watches within their neighborhood, and served as one of the few certified Florida crime prevention practitioners in the entire state, as he conducts both residential and commercial security surveys for the Town of Miami Lakes residents. And whereas he has participated in the monthly meetings with the Elderly Affairs Committee, Veterans Affairs Committee, the Youth Activities Task Force, Cultural Affairs Committee, and the Public Safety Advisory Committee. And whereas he has also participated on numerous special planning committees for various towns' events, such as the Public Safety Appreciation Day, the 4th of July celebration, Veterans Day Parade, Spring Fling, Halloween, Movies in the Park, the Bike Rodeo, Officer Rodriguez's dedication and hard work ensured the success of all of the events and exemplified the embodiment of community policing. And whereas he has served as the Sergeant of Arms for numerous Town of Miami Lakes monthly assemblies, such as the Town Council meetings, zoning master planning meetings, planning and zoning meetings, and special call council meetings. That's a mouthful. All right, whereas he could also be seen daily at his school detail, assisting with the flow of traffic at Bob Graham K-8 and Miami Lakes middle schools, and has been consistently seen patrolling on his bicycle throughout the town, maintaining a great rapport with residents. And
now, therefore, I, Manny Sid, by virtue of the authority vested in me as the mayor of the Town of Miami Lakes, and on behalf of the Town Council and all 33,000 Miami Lakers, do hereby proclaim October 21st, 2021 as Officer Juan Rodriguez Day here in the Town of Miami Lakes.
go ahead and stand and make some noise for Officer Juan Rodriguez.
Like they said, I've been here all my career, so this is basically all I know. I started at Station 1, which is in 150 Miami Lakes Drive, and then I moved over to here, so this is the only thing that I know. And it was pretty hard at the beginning learning the street names, but I got used to it. And I want to thank everyone, and especially the town. This is a great town. Thank you.
All right, and the next proclamation of the evening. Town of Miami Lakes, whereas Sergeant Eduardo Ruesga, I'm sorry, did I? Resga. See, that's so much easier. Hello. Give it up for Sergeant Eduardo Resga. I said it wrong again, huh? He has served the Miami-Dade Police Department for the last 30 years. Make some noise. He has been assigned to the Miami Lakes District and the town of Miami Lakes his entire career, serving as a uniform patrol officer, field training officer, general investigations unit and crime suppression team, detective, uniform patrol sergeant, and general investigations unit sergeant. And whereas in his capacity as a detective, he was tasked with following up on crime-related tips, conducting surveillances, identifying and arresting criminals who had committed crimes such as residential and vehicle burglaries, auto thefts, stabbings, and shootings, and conducted extensive investigations into illegal drug activity. And whereas in his capacity as the uniform sergeant for the town of Miami Lakes, he proposed creating a plainclothes squad to address crime issues within the town and help develop the street crimes unit, which had an instant and measurable impact on crime. And whereas in his capacity as General Investigations Unit Sergeant, he utilized his extensive knowledge, crime fighting experience, training, and investigative knowledge, and oversaw thousands of criminal investigations, was instrumental in devising and implementing numerous operational plans to combat crime within the town's boundaries, resulting in the continuous decline of crime within the town. And whereas throughout his career, he has exemplified the core values of the Miami-Dade Police Department, consisting of integrity, respect, service, and fairness, and has been routinely commended for his dedicated and professional work, amassing over 200 commendations and letters of recognition for his solid efforts, and has also been recognized as the town's Officer of the Year. And
now, therefore, I, Manny Sid, by virtue of the authority vested in me as the mayor of the town of Miami Lakes and on behalf of the town council and all 33,000 Miami Lakers, do hereby proclaim October 21st, 2021 as Sergeant Eduardo Resca Day here in the town of Miami Lakes.
keep it short and brief because 30 years is a long time. So, but like my partner Juan over here, his entire 25 years, my entire 30 years have been here in the town of Miami Lakes, pretty much. Prior to the incorporation, I was assigned here in Miami Lakes, and I never left. I had plenty of opportunities to move on. I had our department's so large that they afford us these opportunities, but I chose to stay here because I'm spoiled. This is such a beautiful place, such a beautiful town, and such a wonderful group of people to work with. So it's my privilege to work for you and serve this community. So thank you all very much. This is very nice. Very, very nice.
Stay up here for a second. Juan.
Mayor? Thank you, Mayor, for giving me an opportunity to briefly speak about these two. And I just want to say, you know, I wanted to keep you guys up here to let you know real quick about the impact that you guys have had. We've talked about, people have heard me say in the past, there are 4 stages of being a police officer. The first one is fantasy. We sit in a room during training and we think about all the great things I'm gonna do when I become an officer. And then the second is survival. You get out there and you're like, oh my God, what am I doing? And the third is mastery, and you learn the concepts and you start to learn what to do, and you're like, wait, I think I got this. And the last is impact. And your years of impact, you guys have made impacts in key areas, and these areas are, you have helped your fellow man, you have helped your fellow officers, and you have served as a model to your families by showing the core values of the Miami-Dade Police Department of integrity, respect, service, and fairness. So I just want to say thank you for all your years of service, and I'm really going to miss you guys. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for those kind words, Major. I'm gonna need a box of tissues up here because that definitely hits home. All right, next up we have the Business of the Year Award. This award is going to Dematec, Maria Arguello, Luis Arguello Jr., Sylvia Chamorro Arguello, and Chris Arguello. For those of you who do not know, in the middle of the pandemic, this company came to Miami Lakes and opened up a distribution center with all American-made products down to the shipping equipment. So please give it up to Dematec. Sorry about that. If you'd like to say a few words? Many, many years.
Well, good night. First of all, thank you to all the commissioners and the mayor. We've been in Miami Lakes for some time. We had our main building down the road making complicated medical devices, and we established ourselves in Miami Lakes when a lot of the large corporations were leaving Miami in the United States to go overseas for cheaper labor. When the pandemic struck, we started the production of surgical masks in the building that we were in. That quickly expanded, and since March of 2020 to now, we've become the largest surgical mask factory in the United States. When we had to expand, we saw nowhere else to expand but the town of Miami Lakes. And we bought a new building, almost 200,000 square feet. We created over 1,000 new jobs in the last year here locally, high-paying jobs, I would say. And now we're trying to supply our country with the critical devices that we need. And unfortunately, this is a very politicized item. Nobody wants to wear a mask, even myself. But the reality is that what we're fighting for is to make the devices that our country needs by the people in this country and not rely on our largest adversary of China. And that's what we're trying to do. So thank you, Commissioner, thank you, Mayor, and thank you for the word.
Please give it up one more time for Dematech. Next up, we have our Volunteer of the Year. I believe Mayor Manny Sid, you're going to.
Yeah, so this individual I met many moons ago. He was coaching our kids when they were really small. Fast forward, Hurricane Irma, this individual got really involved in the entire recovery process. So much so that, and Councilwoman Ronald remembers this night, we were in West Lakes, I don't know if you're, and we went to a house. And fortunately for us, we knocked on that house, and there were 2 seniors in there, and they were in terrible condition. It almost that they were at the point of hospitalization because they had no other family anywhere else in the world, and nobody really had checked up on them. So fortunately, we knocked on the door. This individual put him in his truck, drove him over to Main Street, put him into a room at Shula's. But every single day after that, went, checked up on them, brought them food. Even after the hurricane was over, he kept going to their house I believe some of the folks had passed away now, but even about a 2-year period, he would go to their house every single week to check up on them. This individual continues to coach in our community, but more than that, I'll give you an example. His daughter recently got an ankle injury and at the beginning of the season. So he's coaching kids he doesn't even know, but he continues to do it because he believes in our community. And on top of that, he joined 2 of our committees here many years ago, and today he's the chair of our Education Advisory Board. With no further ado, Chair Mario Pineda is the Volunteer of the Year here in the town of Miami Lakes.
Thank you from the bottom of my heart. This is an honor, and I'm just a team member in the greatest team I think in the country. We have residents that will do anything for each other. I think you make a call and we'll be there. I like to take my wife and my kids because I always put them through these missions. I'm telling you, it's never easy, but I really appreciate it. I don't do this for recognition. I do it just to help out the town. I'm blessed with what I have, and I like to pay it forward. So with that, thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, well, one more Mario Pineda story. During the pandemic, we had a good problem, right? We had all these 18-wheelers that were showing up with all this food and stuff like that, but we had nobody to drive forklifts. Mario's like, nah, I got this. And he was there every single day driving the forklifts, making it happen. So.
All right, and give it up one more time for Mr. Pineda. Thank you so much for your service. Next up, we have the Vendor Employee of the Year. That's going to go to an individual that we all know and recognize around town. No matter what you're doing, if you're walking in the doors of Town Hall with anything in your hands, whether it's a coffee, books, he's definitely going to run to the door and open it up for you because he's that type of man. Please give it up for Jose Angel Ortiz from La Perla.
Bueno, me siento muy agradecido con este gesto tan bonito de parte de todos, porque formamos una familia cada vez que nos conocemos. Aparte de la familia que tenemos en nuestro hogar, la segunda familia es en nuestro trabajo. Y así es que me siento muy agradecido por este gesto tan bonito que lo voy a llevar en mi corazón. Tanto tiempo que uno trabaja y el esfuerzo que se lleva. Tengo este regalo tan bonito que gracias a ustedes, todos ustedes, me siento contento y tranquilo.
All right, and now the reason that they've asked to have me here, I'm guessing, right? That's why. The Employee of the Year. Without even knowing, go ahead and make some noise for the Employee of the Year. I am honored to be here this evening to present this to this individual. Anybody who knows this individual knows she will go beyond the call of duty just to make sure everything is right. I arrive here in the morning, 7, sometimes 8 a.m., and one morning, the coffee machine was broken. Okay, in an office building, I think we know what that means when the coffee's not working. If we don't have our juice, we can't function in here. It is chaos. I will say this individual went through multiple storages looking for a working coffee machine, and she successfully found it and made sure that coffee was made and ready for everyone who arrived at 9 a.m. This award goes to someone I consider an amazing coworker, my dear friend. Please give it up for Miss Ruth Quero.
I just wanted to say a few words before we give the mic to Ruth. Those of you who don't know me, I'm town manager Ed Peterman. Recently, we lost a great American leader, General Colin Powell. He served our country in the military, including 2 tours of service in Vietnam. He later served under Presidents Ronald Reagan, George H.W. Bush, George W. Bush, as National Security Advisor, Chairman of the Joint Chiefs, and finally, as Secretary of State. General Powell is universally recognized for the leadership he displayed in both his military as well as his civilian roles. General Powell is quoted as stating, "There is no end to the good you can do if you don't care who gets the credit." This epitomizes teamwork, number one, and is a quality demonstrated by this year's recipient of the Employee of the Year. This year's award winner is always present, front and center, but rarely craves or receives the recognition she deserves for going way above and beyond what her job duties call for. She's the first to volunteer, first to show up, and always last to leave. In the nomination process, we received multiple nominations for Ruth. In one of her nomination forms, her nominator states, "She single-handedly taught me so much about Munis and how the program works. She has often volunteered her time to contribute to events and activities around town. I can't think of a more deserving employee to be recognized." These quotes come from someone who should recognize excellence because she's last year's Employee of the Year, Ms. Christina Lavoisier. For those who are not familiar with our process for selecting the Employee of the Year, it begins with nominations that can come from any staff member. They can nominate anybody. Then we have an evaluation committee that's led by our Deputy Town Manager, Tony Lopez, and is comprised of staff members from throughout the organization at all levels in the organization. The committee reviews the nominations and then forwards to me a short list of finalists. Both finalists were great, great candidates. I made the final selection, and now we have before you Ruth Queiro.
Just want to say thank you for being recognized. I'm not a person of many words, as most of you that work with me might know. I am honored to be working here at the town. October 1st, I celebrated 6 years working here at the town, and I've only lived in Florida for 7 of those 6 years. So I'm honored to be here and to be part of the team that I consider majority of people here anyway, to be my friends and select few that are very close to me that I consider to be part of my family. Thank you.
Anybody who's staff, come on up, please.
But wait, there's more. Give it up one more time for the Employee of the Year. Super proud of you, girlie. I need some tissues if anybody has. I'm very emotional. If you don't remember last year's State of the Town, I just need a few tissues. I'll be all right. Thank you all for joining us this evening for the State of the Town Address 2021. Please drive safe, and where's our culinary team? Pick up your doggy bags on your way out. Thank you all so much. Have a good night, and God bless.